time to explain your first digital breakout. Some of you have done it before. Some of you have done it in real escape rooms, like in real life. Same concepts. If you've never done one before, no biggie. I'm going to explain it all to you. But you're going to have to turn your brain on. Make sure that you're ready to kind of think outside the box and look for patterns and clues and like start piecing things together. Okay, last time we saw each other, we did potential and kinetic energy. So we are using that knowledge to help us out. Okay, first thing we're going to want to do is get our science notebook ready. Okay, because I found with a lot of these things, sometimes the challenge is just keeping all that information and clues straight in your head. Okay, so we have made a little chart to help us out. Okay, so set up in your science notebook. Here's the front side of the page, and in the back, you're going to have 7 puzzles to solve. Okay, or 7 locks to unlock, and it's a digital. Okay, so you'll see along the side, then the pink margin area, we put the different kinds of lock. There's a 9 letters, color, 5 digits, so that's going to be numbers, 8 digits, and I'll show you the back side in a second, but there's going to be a map. So on Classroom, you'll see a file that says home, but when you open it up, it's like the main page of the digital breakout. But there's a giant world map with color on it, and there's going to be little triangles, and you select the triangles to go to different locations. So each of these locks go along with a different location. One's in Japan, one's in Florida, they're all over. Okay, but there are 7 total. So part of strategy might be to figure out which locations go with which locks, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And then there's a workspace here. Okay, so I know if it's going to be 9 letters, I'm going to go ahead and put out 9 dashes, almost like I'm playing hangman, to prepare myself for my answer. And then I've got all this room to do workspace. You can kind of disregard this last column because I went ahead and put the hints page up for everybody instead of just giving you a limited number of them. Okay, so if you put the column there, it's fine, but if not, that's okay too. Okay, on the back side of your sheet, there's 3 more because there's 7 total. So you have one that says 6 symbols. All right, and symbols are the things that are above the numbers on the keyboard, like the @ sign and the exclamation point. Okay, you have one that's directional, like up, down, left, right. In this case, it is not north, south, east, west, but like up, down, left, right, like with arrows. Okay, think like on a gaming console. And then the final one is 3 digits, so 3 numbers. You do not have to do them in any particular order. It doesn't matter. Some people like to go around and look at everything and just kind of see what's out there. And some people like to start with just one and go from there. You'll notice at the bottom, there's a place you're going to write a passcode. Okay, so once you have unlocked these locks, it will send you to a page that says congratulations and gives you the passcode. So I know that you made it completely through getting them all right and made it till the very end. Okay, so once you have your notebook set up, just like this, okay, then move on to looking at the assignment that's in week 5, the kinetic and potential energy breakout. Okay, it says use your notes, right? So our potential and kinetic energy notes, and you'll see where I've added some extra things to help you. Right? Make sure you read carefully, like every word on the page. I cannot stress that enough. There's so many people that are like, I don't know what to do, but then they actually haven't read the instructions. Crazy. Instructions tell me what to do. Okay, so this is basically what I've already told you. Okay, here, when you're finally done, the very last thing is the Google slide where you'll type the passcode. All right, don't put random things there. When you get the passcode, you will know you have the passcode. And then you will submit this and turn it in on Classroom. Okay, that's the very last thing to worry about. You'll see that you have a sheet here that has just some more information about kinetic and potential energy. You have your notes, but this is a good idea too to just read through here, just to remind you of some things and think about the videos and whatnot that we watch to help us with it. You can always go back and rewatch them if you're confused. Okay, but you've got that information there about kinetic and potential, right? There we go. But here is the web page. Okay, you'll say energy race around the world, and you can read the blurb here. It tells you kind of your mission, but it's essentially to unlock the clues. Right? You've got this big world map, colorful, right? But then you have these triangles all around. There are 7 of them total. Okay. Some people, like I said, want to click on all of them and just see what's there. Some people just like to pick one and go straight in. Now, pro tip, because I have already supplied you with the hint page, right, if you're really being efficient, you can use this along with that map to try to get you to matching up which puzzles go with which locations, right? Or at least narrow it down. Maybe you'll be able to match up 2 or 3 of them. Okay, that'll help you find the ones you don't know about faster. Okay, like let's see. Some things say about like be bold, read the words. Soap comes in many colors. Okay, that's gonna be with color lock. So soap, that seems strange and random. I bet that goes something with it, what's on the page, one of the locations. Okay, for the 5-digit, something about potential energy in the last 3 words. For the 8-digit lock, something about the 8th planet, which there's information when you get there, but start with Mercury, work your way out. What's the name of the 8th planet? Remember, these are hints. These are not the answers. They're hints to help you along the way. So like the 6 symbol, that also has to do with bold stuff. Directional, answer the questions, follow the arrows. And the 3-digit, make sure you're paying attention at the bottom to the info of note in the red boxes. So this is here, and you can use this to piece together which locations go with which puzzles. Okay, so going back to the page, right? So like for example, let's just say I'm going to start here. In New Hampshire. Okay, so I read this to myself, right? About the Presidential Mountain Range, blah, 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 and I keep seeing the number 9. You're like, wait a second. Ooh, I look at my science notebook and I see I have a 9-letter lock. All right, so I have that in the back of my head, and I'm looking here at these peaks that they're talking about, and that's fine and good, except that's strange that these letters are blue and underlined. Right, and I realize I have 9 letters, but I'm not real sure what to do with them yet. So I'm looking. That does not make any word that I can unscramble. So I'm going to keep looking. And at the very bottom of the page, I read this blurb and I see some bold words. And if I think back to my hint sheet, it said about the bold words. So when I look at just the bold words, it says potential energy, most to least. Okay, so I know the higher up I am, the more potential energy I have. Okay, because it's energy of position. So this Mount Washington would have the highest potential. And if I have to rank these in order from most to least, I would start with W. All right, and then I'd go and be careful because this is 5712, but this one says 5774. Okay, so it'd be WA. But see, already in my head, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Oh, I need to write this down. That's why you have the workspace in your science notebook. So literally write the letters out as you work your way through. And if you can't keep that in your head, write out the numbers that you see here in your workspace if you need to. So going from the highest point all the way down to the lowest point, that should give me the 9 letters in order that will help me with my lock. Okay, so here was the map. You scroll down and you see an embedded Google form. Okay, like right here, here's the 9-letter lock. It's in all caps with no spaces. You'll type things here, like let's just pretend, okay. Until I go down and hit submit, I won't know if this is right or not. Okay, obviously that's not, I just randomly click things, but that will help me out when I click in order the letters that go there. Okay, and you can see the color lock. Once you get to that puzzle and you see, this is how you translate it into the answer. Okay, and just be very careful that you actually read the instructions, because if you don't follow them properly, it won't tell you you're right. Okay, so once I've got them all filled in, I'll hit submit, and if they're all right, then I get to go to the congratulations page and get my passcode. Okay, but let's say I go to New Hampshire and I'm like, I'm not sure, what do? I just don't sit here and stare at it. Right? Don't sit there and spiral down and just get frustrated. Take a break, step away, come back, look at a different one. Go somewhere else. Go to a different location. Maybe you want to go here to South America. Right? So this is going to teach me a little bit in each one of these about potential or kinetic energy in a different location. Maybe it has to do with an amusement park or a tourist attraction, or like here with the European Space Agency. Okay, so this one, I read the blurb at the top, and then at the bottom, it's got slides. I'm like, oh wait, arrows. Oh, it'll go with the directional puzzle, right? So I can go back and look at my directional puzzle hint if I want to, but I'm going to answer the question, and it's going to take me through to figure out the directions that I'm going to plug into my lock. Right, like this one talking about the International Space Station. And as the Soyuz capsule comes off, the mass decreases. They want to know about the kinetic energy. So I look back at my notes and I use my brain. If the mass decreases, is the kinetic energy going to increase, decrease, or remain the same? Okay, whatever the right answer is, I'm going to write in my notebook and then go on to the next question. So I'm going to go through and get all the directions, and so I know what to put on the lock. All right, so I'm not going to walk through all 7 realistically, okay, but that should kind of get you in the right direction about what to do. Okay, you are going to have to think, and you may get a little frustrated. That's normal. That's the way science really is. It's not all going to be super obvious. So try one thing. If you get frustrated, go and do another one. Sometimes once you get 1 or 2 done, you kind of get on a roll, right? And it makes it a little bit easier. Okay. There you go, guys. Use that noggin. Thanks.